SuperTalk Mississippi live from Founders Square at the Neshoba County Fair, the 2022 edition of it. Joining us now in the Element Well Studios here under the big oak tree in the SuperTalk tents today is Leonard Papanya, the Chief Administrative Officer for the City of Gulfport. Leonard, thanks for coming on MidDays.
Oh, I'm glad to be here and glad to be in Neshoba.
Yeah, man. So I was just commenting that last year it was kind of muddy. We had rain before the show on Wednesday, but it's nice and dry. Sawdust is out. Folks are enjoying themselves. This is a one-of-a-kind event that you really can't describe to anybody that hasn't ever been here.
You have to be at the fair to understand the fair.
Absolutely true. All right, so how long have you been in this role as the Chief Administrative Officer, the CAO of Gulfport?
I just hit my one-year mark. I had retired in August of 2020 as Chief of Police with the City of Gulfport. Okay. And went into the private sector for a little bit, and then Mayor Hughes called me up, said, there's an opportunity to come back, and I love the City of Gulfport, and so it was a no-brainer.
So what are the core responsibilities for a Chief Administrative Officer of a city?
In my role, my duty is to oversee the day-to-day operations, ensure that our directors have the resources they need to execute the missions that we take on, and just kind of keep things going and moving ahead and listening to our council and our mayor and executing their missions.
Yeah. How are the sales tax diversions going?
We're actually doing well.
Yeah.
Based on our budget predictions, it looks like we're going to be over, which is always a good thing, especially in the economy we're in. Yeah. It's good to be doing well.
Yeah. You see tourism picking up, doing well this summer? Seems like this is the year everybody kind of gets back to some degree of normalcy with respect to travel and vacations and so forth.
They are, and I tell you, Mayor Hughes has this saying, I had no idea. And it's funny to watch people come to our Gulf Coast for the first time and make that remark. From Bay St. Louis to Ocean Springs, there's just so many different things you can do on our Gulf Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's thriving. There's no doubt about it. I always enjoy being around the coast. Was married a Biloxi girl in the city of Biloxi a long time ago. But certainly the gaming industry seems to be strong. All the reports I see, they're experiencing really strong revenue, and that's producing lots of taxes for the state and for the area as well as that model is built. In fact, it's pretty hard to get a room, honestly. I mean, they're booking pretty well.
And that's a great thing. Yeah. It's a great thing. Every day we try and create other reasons why people want to be on our Gulf Coast.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We always enjoy the Cruising the Coast event coming up pretty soon. What a fantastic deal that was. And we were set up on the stage there overlooking all those fantastic vehicles. That brings people from, I think last year we had all 50 states represented, if I'm not mistaken.
We do, and I tell you, every year our numbers go up. And years ago we always contemplated how much can we handle, and we continued to test the limits. Cruising always starts with View the Cruise. That first Sunday in downtown Gulfport, we get about 20,000 people, and it's really a great kickoff event. And this year, the Friday before, we will be doing the Sea of Stars at our aquarium, and there's a lighted drone show that occurs, and it's just really every year it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's a one-of-a-kind, unique event, really cool, and it's so good to bring people from all over the state. It's another situation where you're showcasing an area, and a lot of time is you get those same responses. I didn't know that sort of deal because they've never been in our state, and they're blown away. And many even decide to make their home, take their residence up. I found that out last year interviewing some folks. Just by attending Cruising the Coast and experiencing all the wonderful things the coast has to offer.
Yeah, it's sometimes that first bite hits you. We've seen a lot of military families become coastians, and it's great when you can convert a visitor to a resident.
Yeah, it is truly awesome. So what are some of the key challenges that you, the mayor, the city council, are working on that kind of bubbles up to the top of the job jar?
Well, we have a city government with a lot of vision. With a lot of vision comes a lot of projects, and projects means money. I was just speaking with the Lieutenant Governor this morning, and he was very instrumental on helping us get some final funding for a town center that'll be right there in downtown Gulfport. It's going to put 200 residents in our downtown area. And really how we network in the state and find those funds is crucial. And to get the support like we do from Jackson, we've been really fortunate with that. We've got several other projects where our aquarium is. We're now building a tram bridge that'll go into Jones Park and spread out into the park. And it's really going to help connect our harbor community with our downtown.
Yeah. What about just the collaboration from an economic and in other areas as well with the other coastal cities, Biloxi, Ocean Springs, Bay St. Louis, et cetera? How's that going?
It's going great. When Mayor Hughes came in 2013, he started the thought process, One Coast, and it's something we really believe in. And the collective, when they're working together, we get so much more done. We met with our Harrison County Board of Supervisors. We're contemplating how to get the best bang out of our ARPA monies, putting them together. Yeah. And you know, we're not in competition with one another. When one of us on the coast succeed, we all do.
Yeah, and I think most people sort of view it as one contiguous area. Don't so much distinguish between the cities because they are adjacent. I mean, you're in one and you just cross a line, an imaginary line on the road, and you're in the next one. So, and they've all expanded quite a bit, all directions except south, of course, east, west, and north. But what about new casino projects? What are we hearing on there? Anything cooking?
I know in Gulfport, nothing really on the board there. You know, we're always trying to invite new industry into the area and continue because we want a broad scope of economics. Sure. And but as of right now, they're not talking about any new casinos. Okay.
What about the city of Gulfport in its organizational organization chart itself? How are you doing there? You've got job openings? Are you fully staffed?
We're in a really odd time with staffing. Positions that were always historically filled are not. Law enforcement, where my background is, over the last 10 years has taken some really hard knocks, and the result is, you know, we always heard defund the police. The police defunded it because there's just less people going into it. And that continues to be a challenge, but communities have to take that and say, how can we do things differently? How can we convert the model and move forward?
Yeah, I got you. So what about crime in the city?
You know, it's interesting. We're the second largest city in the state, and sometimes Gulfport, I think, gets an unfair hit on that. And I always challenge people, let's look at it per capita and not per city. And you know, again, there's some challenges there, and it goes back to how, as a nation, law enforcement has been attacked, and some of the results have been negative in trying to provide a quality of life when the historical respect for law enforcement has been tampered with. Fortunately, in Mississippi and along the Gulf Coast, we have not experienced it like the rest of the nation.
I know you said you talked to Lieutenant Governor Hoseman earlier, and he's coming on the show in a little bit. Anything in particular that the city of Gulfport, from your perspective, is seeking from the state legislature at this point?
Well, one of our big projects is the Interconnector Road. If you ever been to Gulfport, right there at the intersection of Creosote and 49, just south of I-10, especially during the holidays, becomes unrealistic. And we have a good design of a bypass that will help connect and provide a flyover the interstate where pedestrian and bicycle traffic can make the crossing and better connect and relieve that intersection. And we have a lot of the funding in place. The state's been good to us, and we're still trying to shore that up.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, so you said earlier that you had been working together, the cities and the county, with allocating ARPA money. Is that done? Do you have a plan at this point?
Well, right now we're going to our city governments, our council, and to the Board of Supervisors. Now that our engineers have sat down together and we're going to talk with them and then look about moving forward. These monies are really, I hate to say once in a lifetime, but we don't see these kind of monies. So it's important we take on those projects. Our water treatment plants need some upgrades, and we're looking at a total package on that and try and use those monies, start moving that way on that project.
Gotcha. And that's something that the Lieutenant Governor has really repeated quite a bit since that money became available, is that we got to be smart in the allocation and use of it. From your perspective, does it seem like the municipalities are doing a good job on that?
I think they are. It's there's a lot of money moving right now, and the other challenge is that many projects hitting.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Leonard Papanya has been our guest, the Chief Administrative Officer for the City of Gulfport. We're going to step aside on middays, and then we'll come back with more.